bike handle the demands of a DoorDasher in South Florida? That's going to be the question we're going to try to answer on this video. Welcome, my beautiful people, to Walk Hustle, the channel where we take these beautiful machines and we show you how to save money, make money, but more importantly, how to have fun with these machines. Today, we're going to take on the morning shift. We'll see how this bike handles. We're going to test out the range. We're going to test out the speed. And more importantly, we're going to test out how well it functions in a real world environment. So let's go. Today's ride is going to be recorded on Strava. And let's see. We're going to dash. What the heck happened there? All right, I hit platinum status. I'm a platinum dasher. We'll go back to dash. Hollywood. There's a live promo. What's the live promo? And again, we're gonna dash until, I'm gonna set it up to 11:30. And that's if the weather holds up. It's been raining a lot lately. Right now I have it on pedal assist 2. And this bike is a cadence sensor. As I mentioned before, I'm not a big fan of this cadence sensor or the cranks. I mean, I'm only doing 18 miles an hour and I'm already freaking ghost pedaling. So I may have to do some modifications on that. The other thing I just noticed is that I'm gonna be on this bike for 3 hours and I'm kind of leaning over, so I may adjust these handlebars and pull them back later on. So I can be a little bit more upright and not be putting all my weight on the handlebars. So let me explain something. There's a strategy to DoorDash. There are strategies that you can do that'll actually help you make more money and be more efficient. On these shop orders, for me, time is of the essence. So on these shop orders, I try to get there as quickly as possible, pick up the items as quickly as possible, and get it to the customer as quickly as possible. Versus if it was a food order, on a food order, I try not to get to the restaurant as quickly as possible. On the app, you're going to see, on the app, it tells you your expected time to get there, right? Or when the restaurant expects you to pick this thing up. I usually get there about, or I want to get there about 5 minutes after that expected time, because I don't want to wait in the restaurant. Now, if you notice, I got this order. I have not turned off the Uber Eats order. I usually want to put it on hold, depending on how long it takes. But because it's not 7 o'clock yet, normally Uber Eats does not give you a lot of orders, especially on this side of town. Now, if I was at Dania Point, I would have paused the Dania Beach. So here's the good part too about this order. I want to be east. I want to be out by Dania Point, and this is taking me east instead of west, which is great. I love coming out here in the mornings. It is just beautiful. I'm actually gonna be heading back towards my house. Right where we started. Looks like that's where we're headed. I should have looked ahead, because if I would have looked ahead, I would have taken another route. Now, here's another pro tip. If you're on a bike, you want to be in the bike lane, but you don't want to be all the way towards the edge, because that's where all the debris goes to, and you're more susceptible to a flat. The other thing is make sure that make sure you have mirrors so you can see the traffic's coming up behind you. Hey, you guys know Tyler?
Tyler?
Yeah.
He comes in. Wait, Tyler, you know what department he works?
No, I got a delivery for Tyler. It doesn't say. Let me just call him.
I know a Tyler that works valet, but he's not here right now. What's up, bro?
Tyler A. Let me call him. What entrance is this?
It was the main casino entrance.
He's coming down.
Okay.
Now I gotta head over to Vicky's. Now, what sucks about Vicky's Bakery is that a lot of times my orders consist of hot coffee. And as a bike delivery person, hot liquids, they're not our friend. Because I got these coffees and these drinks in my backpack, I'm going to be very cautious not to hit too many bumps. A mile and a half from here, I mean, you don't want to go too fast. If you hit a bump, like I said, those hot drinks are the ones that are concerning. If you saw that, there was a lot of glass on the roadway there, or on the bike lane. This is why I don't stay on the edges. Problem is, I saw the glass a little late. I actually went over the glass. I'm gonna have to inspect my tire when I get up here. Now, a trick that'll help you prevent from getting flats is by adding flat outs to your tires. We are done. We are online. Resume dash. DoorDash. And now, I'm getting another request on Uber Eats, which I match it because I think it's almost the same spot.
Right onto Harding Street.
I may have made a mistake. Not me, I made a mistake. They're in the opposite directions. I'm just hoping when I pick this up, I head south. I'm really gonna be hauling butt. Because this is the CVS that I thought I was going to. It's interesting, I thought I was gonna get tired. Again, because the handlebars are kind of forward. I was gonna bring them back when I can adjust everything. But so far, so good. Day is finally done. I'm gonna go ahead and give you my final thoughts on the bike. I'm gonna give you the numbers for today. Let me start with the numbers, okay? We started this morning. So when you sign up for DoorDash or Uber Eats, you're going to, it's on the app, they give you all your data. So today my active time on DoorDash was 1 hour and 54 minutes. Total time was 3 hours. So remember, I think we went live, or I went out at about 6:50. At 6:58, I got my first order, if I remember my times right? And then I finished exactly at 10 o'clock. I mean, I was here at 10 o'clock. So they have me at the total dash time at 3 hours and 34 minutes. I made $58.75 on DoorDash. On Uber Eats, Uber Eats doesn't give you, well, they kind of do. They don't break it down like DoorDash does. But we did 3 trips. I made $20.22. So I don't know the grand total. Let's do the math. $28.22 plus 58, 75, $86.97 for 3 hours worth of work. Not bad. I think almost like a 30-hour, and $30 an hour hourly rate. But again, total active time was an hour and 54 minutes of total active time while I'm doing it. So again, not too bad, not too shabby. Total mileage, the total distance on this trip was 42 miles. I started with the battery voltage at 58.8 and we finished at 54.24. I don't know what that means. So I need to get a voltage chart to tell me what the actual percentage of the battery is. But if you look at the actual battery bar, there's still more than half of the battery bar there. So we'll see what the voltage actually means. But let's talk about the bike itself and the performance. The bike, as I stated in the beginning, when we first started riding, I thought I was going to be a little bit uncomfortable because of the positioning of the handlebars. I kind of felt that I was somewhat leaning forward, but wasn't the case. Like, I never felt fatigued. My arms were never fatigued. I'm still probably going to try to raise the handlebar a little bit and then push the handlebars back a little bit, so I can be a little bit more upright and not leaning as forward as I was leaning, or at least my perception was that I was leaning way forward. But as I stated, my shoulders didn't get tired. I didn't get tired. The ride is extremely comfortable. Had no issues with the seat. Now, as I said in the beginning as well, this bike is a cadence sensor. So meaning, all you have to do is rotate the pedals and it's gonna take off. I like a torque sensor, and the difference between the two is a torque sensor is more like a regular bike. The more power you give it, the faster you go. So it gives you that feeling that you're riding a regular bike and you can actually get a good workout in. I got zero workout on this bike, literally zero. Although I was pedaling the entire time, I never used the throttle. I only pedaled, but once you go past 12, 13 miles an hour, you're ghost pedaling. Now, if you look at Strava says that my average speed was 28.2. And as I mentioned before, you don't need, even though I love high performance e-bikes, the ones that go 50 plus miles an hour, those are great. But for practical reasons or practical purposes, and for what I'm currently doing with these bikes, I rarely ever go that fast. I think that class 3 range is the best, which is anywhere between 25 and 35 miles an hour is a sweet spot. And as you can see, my average speed was 28 miles an hour. So, and that's actually a class 3 bike. So don't think you have to spend a lot of money to get these high-performing e-bikes, because you don't really need it. What you do need, and one of the reasons why I love this bike and why I'm giving this bike a 9 out of 10 rating, is because of the battery, right? Again, I just gave you the voltage. I don't know what the percentage is, but I was able to ride with no problems. I had no anxiety about losing power, draining this battery. So you have decent range. Tomorrow, we're gonna take this out and we're gonna kill the battery. I'm gonna see how far I can go based on the way I was riding, or I normally ride, to see if I can actually kill the battery in a day. Obviously, if I don't kill it within 8 hours, then whatever percentage I'm at, I'm gonna stay there because I'm not riding more than that. But we'll see what happens there. Again, overall feel, overall performance, delivering today, it's all about, stopping and going, red light, stop signs, so you're really riding this bike like you would if you were a driver in a regular car during deliveries, right? It's the same kind of concept. So it's a real world test, and which is why I like and why I went out to actually DoorDash, because that's what probably you guys are gonna be doing. And if you're looking for a good bike that's going and reasonably priced, right? Because this one's not expensive when you compare it to a wired bike or a goat bike, then this probably is your bike. The only negative, the only reason it did not get a 10 out of 10 is because of the size of the bike and the weight. It is a heavy bike. This one weighs 150 pounds. If you go with the Romeo Ultra, I mean, that weighs almost 200 pounds. And the size, it is a big bike. You know, in comparison, I'm 5'7". Look how big the bike is. So when you're riding in and out of traffic, or if you're gonna ride it where there's congestion, it's not that easy to maneuver like you would a smaller bike, and it's not as nimble as a smaller bike. But again, the ride itself is a very nice ride. You're not going to go wrong by getting this bike if you're on the taller side. If you're shorter than me, I would not necessarily get this bike because it is heavy, it's big. So there you have it, my beautiful people. Don't forget to subscribe, like. I'm gonna be doing a lot more videos like this. Comment below. That's the biggest thing that I'm asking everybody that watches. More so than actually subscribing. Just comment, say hi, ask a question, tell me I suck. I don't care, but write something in the comments. Love you guys.